We have today on the agenda the situation on Sahel, the climate diplomacy and the developments in the Middle East. On Sahel, we will discuss together the ways to improve the security situation and the humanitarian situation in the region. I welcome the J5 Sahel Summit convened recently at the initiative of President Macron. It's a very good initiative, and we will see how to improve the situation there. I think the international community should help the countries in the region assume more local and regional ownership. Romania is involved, and we have a substantial contribution in the UN mission in Mali with 120 troops and 4 military helicopters. On climate diplomacy, this is a follow-up discussion to the conclusions of the European Council on climate change, but also follow-up on the communication of the Commission on the European Green Deal. We will discuss how to improve our outreach to the partners in order to promote our objectives on climate change, but also how to work together with our partners in order to counter the effects of the climate change, in order to counter the climate change. And Romania is very much behind this effort. We support this effort, and we are willing to work together with our partners, especially with vulnerable states like small island developing states in the Pacific and other vulnerable regions. For instance, we would very much support efforts by the UN in order to counter the effects of sea level rise, which is a phenomenon which is prompted by climate change in the region. I'm also a member of the International Law Commission, and in this capacity I work in a study group. I'm co-chairing a study group on countering the effects of sea level rise with the tools of international law. On wider Middle East, well, it's very important to discuss what are the follow-ups to the 10th of January Foreign Affairs Council. We will see how EU can get more involved in the region in the efforts to promote de-escalation after the recent crisis. But I'm also looking forward to hear the evaluations of my colleagues who took part in the Libya conference, which took place yesterday in Berlin. Because I think it's very important that this conference took place. We welcome this conference. We welcome the results of the conference, which are a very good step forward in order to ensure peace and security in Libya and in the region. There are, I think, a number of issues which are very important now. For instance, for the ceasefire in Libya to become permanent. Second, the arms embargo to be maintained and respected by everybody. Third, that no more foreign meddling in the crisis be present. There is too much interference by various sectors which are hampering the resolution of this crisis. And last but not least, I think it's very important to promote direct dialogue between the parties involved in order for a political solution to be reached. Because without a political solution, there is no other way to settle this crisis. I will also be very interested to hear how to monitor the implementation of this final document, which was convened upon yesterday in Berlin with 55 points. It is extremely important to see how to implement efficiently these points. Last but not least, we will also discuss about the perspectives of the Middle East peace process. We will also discuss about evolutions related to Iraq and Iran. As we have supported last time in the Foreign Affairs Council on the 10th of January, the dispute resolution mechanism was activated. This is a good step in the right direction, I think, because it allows for more diplomatic maneuvers in order to calm the situation in the region and to make Iran comply with the joint comprehensive plan of action. Thank you.
Minister, if you allow me, about Libya, you're talking about the non-embargo, the Libyan people, and this is one of the resolutions yesterday. How can the European ensure that this will work? How can you make sure that the Turkish will withdraw their troops from there?
This is a matter of discussion for today, and I just mentioned the fact that it is important to see how these 55 points will be implemented, including the arms embargo, and how the European Union can be more influential in that perspective. Thank you.